Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Games Industry Executive Summary. This is KC. We have Dave and we have Manu. No formal introductions today. Really awesome video. Dave, Manu, do you want to break it down for us? What did we see?
This is a guy living the dream of having made money as a game developer. So the story I read was that he had been working for 4 years on this tower defense game, released it, and he made about $250K gross revenue in a week, and that's amazing. We like to see small devs making it work, you know.
Yes, it's really beautiful. We were talking about it just before the meeting, before the podcast, and we thought it would be really nice to share that. It's really wholesome. Obviously, there's a bunch of people who don't get this result, but it's really wonderful to see somebody who's put in their heart and soul into making a game, and then a couple of years later, boom, things happen. And we were talking about it before the podcast with me and Dave. Like, okay, yeah, 250,000 in a week for 4 years. That's nothing because you got to spend it at a full-time job. But the royalties in the future revenue that potentially could come from the game, that could be.
He's made that in a week. It likely will.
Yeah. But then the guy survived, right? He survived anyway.
Yeah, he did.
Hopefully it's not completely underwater and under heavy debt, but yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't turn out like some dude who just left everything and went to the U.S. and bought Jay-Z's old house, and then nobody ever heard of him again. But yes.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. It was. I thought it was the house. He outbid Jay-Z for a house. I thought that's what it was.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Well, then we have a packed show today. We'll immediately jump into the Guess the Game.
Let's go.
I have something prepared for you. I will warn you. This is the era of 1990 to 1995 or 6, maybe around that era.
I was a youngin.
Yes. So you should. It's gonna be hard today, I believe. But we'll see if you can get through it. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Okay. A new breed of hero. For 2 years, your people have struggled against the relentless onslaught of invading forces. With your army reduced to a handful and your artillery depleted, further resistance seems impossible. But in a hidden underground laboratory, a team of scientists have at least perfected a new kind of fighting machinery, a bionic arm that extends and contracts, providing unheard of strength and maneuverability. Combined with an arsenal of rapid-fire, armor-piercing, and heat-seeking weaponry, this will put the power of the entire army in the hands of one man.
Mega Man?
So the Bionic Commando or something like that?
It is Bionic Commando!
I said Mega Man.
Yes.
I think Mega Man is not more that much about like an extended arm, huh?
Yeah, the extension. You're calling the extension out as like core, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there was another game, like a more recent Bionic Commando type of game. I remember there was a game like a first-person game where you had that too. Let me check.
A first-person game where your arm is something?
Yeah, where your arm extends.
Really? Is that like a thing you can climb with, or arm game extending game thingy? While you search for that game.
Yes.
Let me read the next one, and we'll see if you guys can figure out like what all these games have in common. I'm trying to do themes nowadays. Okay, I'll do the next game, Manu, and if you're searching for that other game, we'll get it as well and talk about it. Okay. Mayor Mike Hager vows to snatch streets of Metro City back from the crooks with his bare knuckles. But the Mad Gear gang snatches his daughter Jessica. Now there's going to be some bone-crunching dues to pay. Jessica's boyfriend, Cody? What?
I know.
Well, the game or the other thing?
The game.
Let me just finish.
No, I know. I played that so much in arcade.
We all did, Manu. Come on, let me just finish. This is like the other part of this game. Jessica's boyfriend, Cody, which is the character that I always play with because Hager is an old dude. Hits the streets with Hager, denting heads downtown and slugging it out in the slums. He's a one-man army. His weapons are anything he can find, swords, knives, and pipes. Now you're Hager or Cody, each with his own fighting style, demolish gangland henchmen, samurai swordsmen, and muscle-bound crime bosses in a fist-to-nose frenzy.
Yeah,
Final fight.
But go.
I mean, it is good. It is not even playing these games on console. It's playing this game in arcade. You know.
It originated in arcade, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, arcade is. Yeah.
Those were the good days, my friends. Okay, we have one last game, my friends. I think maybe this one's gonna be hard. We'll see. Let's get dangerous. The kingpins of crime are at it again. The mysterious criminal organization Foul has hatched a plan to take control of the peaceful city of Saint Canard. 6 of their most heinous henchmen are running rampant. This one is maybe harder.
Yeah, I mean, I could guess, but I would just be like guessing games that I know from the early 90s, which I'm not sure is the most effective way of doing it.
I can give you some hints.
Okay.
It's a side-scroller.
It's the early 90s. Most things are.
Okay. It's based on one of the biggest IPs.
Shinobi.
No. Come on, Shinobi. There's no Foul in Shinobi.
I don't know.
There's no... Okay. Megavolt. Does that give you any... I mentioned Megavolt. Okay, how about this? It's a Capcom game. Well, it's not a Capcom. Capcom made and published it.
No,
Contra?
to be fair.
No, that's not the plot of Contra, is it?
I'll give you the last one. The last hint. You won't get any more. Disney. It's a Disney IP.
Avengers.
Avengers, no. There were a lot of Marvel games by Capcom at the time, by the way. But Marvel wasn't owned by Disney at the time.
So it was a Disney IP at the time, also.
It is, yes, it is. Disney original.
The Little Mermaid.
No. I'll just reveal it. This game is Darkwing Duck.
Oh, Foul. Okay, all right, yeah.
You got that one.
Yeah,
this one I thought it was going to be harder. But
yeah.
Nice attempts, gentlemen. Let's move on to talk. I have a couple things lined up. I know you guys want to talk about some things as well. Maybe I'll share this funny thing first. So I found this on Reddit. I know you guys are, Reddit fans. We spoke about this game last week. Dave, I know this is your area of expertise.
Cool.
So Crimson Desert launched, and then a thread on Reddit talked about how journalists review games. Can you enlighten us on
kinds of games? This is just like a random assortment of reviews. What are they talking about? They're just saying they gave good scores to one thing and they gave bad scores to a different thing?
Yeah, you know how the internet is. It's like, they're showing okay, Eurogamer or whoever gave Call of Duty 9 out of 10, and then Crimson Desert, it looks like the game looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, but we don't it's got good. I don't know. I haven't played this game. It might be bad. That's a distinct possibility.
It's still the top-selling game on Steam right now. So the players will decide. And to be fair, I think ultimately it will be about the user reviews, and
definitely
that's what will move the needle.
But I do feel like there's a fundamental conflict with internet culture and criticism, which is that they feel that the review should be this kind of one-to-one reflection of a game's commercial success, which is just not the job, man. The job is to say what you think about it, and people are either going to agree or not.
Yeah,
and to write something interesting about it. There's nothing objective here. That's the whole idea.
I think people are looking for that a scientific. It's I watch fighting, and sometimes how refs judge a fight, and it's what the hell are you thinking? This guy's face is all bloodied up, but you're giving him 1 point or whatever. I think they're trying to look for a a measuring tape of, okay, this game is this, so that means this game has to be this. Maybe that's the type of thinking that's going on.
Yeah, it's just nonsense. Like, okay, so you disagree with some reviewers. That's cool. That happens,
Fair enough. Any general thoughts about Crimson Desert?
I have no idea. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Frankly, the idea of a single player game built like an MMO is not interesting to me, because MMOs just serve a different function. Like, they're meant to be long, you're meant to live in them for a while, you're meant to obviously interact with other people. And so they have a lot of padding and a lot of stuff like that, a lot of grind for that reason, and it works in that context.
Yeah.
But for me, introducing that into a single player game just like removes sort of the point of a single player game. But I don't know, maybe it's good. It looks fine.
Looks amazing. And any other thoughts, Manu?
I've read it's like 120 hours and you're not even finished, but I think the question is, the world seems to be really great. The world building seems to be really great. The question is always, how repetitive will it be? Because even with a game like Assassin's Creed or with Ghost of Tsushima or Yotei, you feel it's like some shores, and, or like FedEx Quest. So it's always about that. But I don't know. What's funny is we had Slay the Spire 2 releasing the same day as Marathon, right? And we saw who won. And now we have this one releasing tomorrow, which is now finally picking up some hype in Western markets. And then we have Death Stranding 2 releasing on PC also. So I'm just curious. Maybe Death Stranding 2 will have a ricochet positive effect. If people are like, well, I was planning to buy a game, but Crimson Desert doesn't look that nice, so I'm gonna buy the other one.
Yeah, I can see those things being broadly in the same bucket.
Really appreciate your reaction here, guys. I think we'll follow up next week and like look at what happened with regards to Death Stranding, Crimson Desert, and then all these things.
I can see the link of the title I was thinking about, and it's actually Bionic Commando, but from 2009.
Oh, not the remake, but like okay.
Yeah. So it's not like a remaster of the old one. It's really a 3D game that I think they kind of failed it.
It wasn't received that positively at the time. It was made by Grin, a Swedish AAA studio back at the time. A lot of those people went to DICE later, which is really interesting in its own way.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Steam is mentioning that Capcom is a developer. So that's kind of
a developer and a publisher.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean back in the day? Because I think Grin disappeared as a brand. So
okay. You're talking about
Grin Studio. I think if you remember, maybe this logo. This is the logo they used to have. Yeah, but I'll move
different studios next to the two Grins.
Those were the old days, man.
Yeah, there is this one being released now.
So I want to talk about this game, The Seven Deadly Sins Origin. The reason I'm picking this up, because you guys were mentioning gacha games and that type of stuff. Yes. This is a free-to-play game. I would love to hear from you about your thoughts and maybe if one of you can explain what gacha games are.
As I've been saying, this wave of high production value gacha games are the children of Genshin Impact, and this game is making that very clear.
But what are gacha games in this context?
A gacha machine, if you can imagine, a little plastic ball with a toy inside. You don't know what toy you're going to get when you put money into the machine. You put it in. Man, this is just Genshin, man. You put money into the machine and you get a ball and you get one of a selection of toys. Some of these toys are more desirable than others. This is the fundamental point of a gacha game, is loot boxes. Like, that's what gacha is. A gacha is a physical loot box. And so a gacha game in this format generally means that you have a party of a bunch of heroes and you can get more heroes. And these are the toys that come out of our plastic balls. And so, that's it.
Okay.
You get a loot box and you get heroes, and you put those heroes into a party, and then you have all the things where if you get repeats of the heroes, you can star them up and all that stuff. But that's the core thing.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I've said to my team we need to look at that. I think this is a trend, and I would like to dive into the numbers. Like which one are popular, because some of the growth in some countries might be coming just from that. And I stay tuned. I'm sure that Newzoo is going to communicate about that genre very.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I think one interesting thing is that I played a ton of Genshin for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of fell off basically when I moved to the Netherlands, and I couldn't keep up with it for like a year. And it's very, very difficult for me to gain the motivation to go back because I'll have like 80 hours of story to grind through before I'm current again.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea of a new one that I wouldn't have that problem with is interesting to me, right? Because I like the format. It's cool. I like it. If it's well executed, it's good. It's clear that it can work.
Uh-huh.
And so I think they do, the drop off in those games can be tough. This isn't me looking at numbers. It's just me talking about conceptually that because they are ultimately story driven. And so if you find yourself super, super behind, it seems like there's a big psychological barrier to getting back. And so, but this could be a positive thing for the genre overall because it will allow new ones to get established.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. My takeaway here is like to what Manu's saying is this is kind of like almost changing the landscape and expectation on what defines a free-to-play game. Like even the notion that it's not multiplayer. Like what? How is that happening? And then on top of that, what you mentioned as well with regards to the quality. Looks amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's great. Okay, I'm looking forward to that analysis, Manu. We'll have to give you like 50 minutes just to talk about that at one point in time. So the funny thing is, like I was looking at SteamDB, and that's how I got to this game. There's another game I would like to talk about, which is this one, my friends. I don't know nothing about this game, so I'd love to know if you know anything about this game. Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection. This was also released recently, this week or during the weekend. Any comments, thoughts, or about this game?
I've read it's a like cozy version of some sort of Monster Hunter stuff. It's more of an RPG apparently. I don't know to be fair, but I think it's an interesting spin-off, and it's also a spin-off, a cozy gaming spin-off, and I think that's also another. The cozy gaming trend has been there for a while, but I don't know. It feels like people right now they want to feel good in their games, whether because it's a single player and they don't have the toxicity of other players, or they just want to chill when it comes to the actual challenge, I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. This is also a trend. I can feel there is something. I've said that for a while. It's kind of interesting, and I think it reflects the chaos that we have in the real world. The fact that you just give me a break, just let me do some nice shiny stuff, and don't bother me with the harsh reality right now.
Yeah, cozy games are great for a certain kind of world building because they allow you to like live in it. And so if you've already done all the work of making this world and getting people invested in it, I think it makes total sense to expand it in that direction.
Imagine a cozy Elden Ring. That would be amazing, you know? Like everybody's friendly
in there and farm up,
And you have the
I'll run a blood store in Bloodborne.
Yeah, exactly. Something like nice weapon and I don't know, everybody's friendly. That could be fun,
Here's what I'm noticing with this game. Obviously this is the third one in the series. It seems like I've never, for whatever reason, I was not aware at all that they did these. But I feel like this is kind of like almost the same thing that we just saw with the Deadly Sins game, with Genshin Impact, almost.
Style, definitely.
Very similar in style. Very similar in style.
Yeah.
It's a Zelda too, huh? It's a very Zelda.
Yeah. No, you remember when Genshin was first announced, that was the narrative. Everyone was like, this is the Breath of the Wild clone.
I see. Okay, gentlemen, that was what I had on my agenda. I know that you guys want to talk about loot boxes. Everybody's favorite thing in video games, is what I heard.
Well, we've already been talking about loot boxes.
What are loot boxes? What's happening in the world of loot boxes?
So we remember last week or the week before there was the answer from Valve to the UK legislator about their loot box, and it's basically surprise mechanics. That's why I put the Kinder Surprise picture on the newsletter. And now what's happening is the European Game Rating Board, they announced that any game that has some sort of loot box mechanism should be Peggy 16. Which means a game like EAFC, which is currently, I think, Peggy 3, would need to become a Peggy 16 unless they change things. So we've been discussing about what's the real life impact of that, because we all know that the kids, they usually can get access to any game as long as the parents are fine with that. But it still brings some limitation, for example, on store visibility, because in store you cannot advertise some type of game probably, or you cannot give them the space they require. Also, maybe in the streets, there might be also something about that. I don't know precisely what impact it will be, but it's quite. I find it's kind of a bold move, to shift everything that way, because let's be honest, there are loot boxes everywhere, and we're not talking
yeah, it's a
HD games.
Foundational now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you had games like Fortnite that never. I mean, they had loot boxes in the beginning in Save the World, but it was not even, I think, paid loot box. It was more gameplay loot boxes.
Well, I mean,
but Valve is a lot about that. Sorry?
Like every game has random rewards. I mean, not every game, but a ton of games have random rewards.
Yeah.
Does it have to be paid to be a loot box?
I remember my kids were so disappointed when I don't remember if it was Brawl Star or the other Clash Royale, when they stopped the random looting. They were disappointed because they knew they had no chance to get the super legendary item anymore. They just have to buy that one. It was more expensive in in-game currency. So I mean, kids are like
the American dream,
Yeah, exactly, and it's funny because it's so kind of the legislators are protecting the audience from themselves. That's kind of the thing.
This reminds me of my youngest son, who loves opening up Pokemon packs.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't play the game. He just wants to see like a shiny card or something like that in there. Like, you're freaking addicts, bro.
So many kids are that way. So I mean, the game is pretty sophisticated at the end of the day. So
many people. Not just kids, It's just
But I mean, what's interesting here is that this is almost, there's a direct connection between this and playing like a roguelike or Slay the Spire. Like I mentioned, 2 weeks ago, we were playing that game over the weekend with the kids, and it's always like this. There is something, you want to see what you're getting along the road in this run. It doesn't have to be attached to money necessarily, but I feel like there's
a neurological thing happening there.
Yeah.
I mean, you would be surprised by the number of players that just buy packs on foot but don't actually play. They just want the panini, They just want the collection and the great player.
Just so I understand, when it comes to China, if we remember correctly, they do want the game maker to explicitly tell you the percentage drops of items. Is that something that had been spoken about in the West in any shape or form?
I mean, there's no real reason to, because China forced their hand. So, now they're all doing it,
Okay. Are there any games that come to mind, not to put you on the spot?
I mean, they all do it, basically.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think they, but it doesn't even mean that these probabilities are the same in other countries.
Yeah.
That's not giving you anything. Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, then let's move over to the next item that you guys are very interested in talking about, which is
drama.
We love drama in video games.
Yes.
I'm trying to stir up shit in the you noticed with the Reddit stuff in the morning. But Judge orders Subnautica 2 studio CEO fired by Crafton to be reinstated and gives him the full control over early access Steam launch. This is good news, I assume. I don't know. Let me know what is the takeaway here.
Yeah, I think we like this. But there was an interesting Brent, player unknown. He said a lot of things when I was spending more time with him. Said a lot of things that I did not agree with necessarily. But he did say that Crafton has a way of starting fights it can't finish, which is clearly what's happened here. Also, I believe in the I didn't go look, but like some people are talking on a Slack I'm on in like the full documents. They said that the head of Crafton like ignored his own lawyers and used ChatGPT instead, and that didn't work.
I assume people can take a lesson from that.
There is a big payout related to that story, of course. If the Subnautica to reach some sales threshold, there will be a big payout for the CEO and some of the developers. So I think that was the advice. Crafton CEO doesn't seem to want to pay that payout, and it didn't end well. But as a player, you're happy to see the actual players, founder just continue doing.
You signed a contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well,
at the same time, how awkward would it feel to go, oh, by the way, you fired me, but no, I'm back, Like, do they shake hands? That's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, I mean, do you guys know where the studio's from, by the way? The studio behind Subnautica?
No.
I know that my friend works on it, and he's in San Francisco, but I don't know to the degree to which they're remote.
Okay. And also, the other question that I have is, like, was this settled in a US-based court and a Korean court? That could be something that would be interesting to learn more about. Yeah. What I'm seeing here, by the way, Dave and Manu, what I'm seeing is like what is cool about this type of, I guess, ruling is that I assume it sets some type of precedent. Is that the word I'm looking for? For like precedent or for future, like people can learn from this, and deals can be structured in different ways where this doesn't have to happen.
They also Crafton wants to be a defense company now, they said recently.
As in, like, war stuff?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, U.S. court. So the documents I'm looking at here are Delaware. I mean, Delaware doesn't mean it's in Delaware, but a lot of companies are right there.
Okay. I think that's good that it's US-based as well. That makes it much simpler and easier for a lot of people. By the way, we're looking at some footage here, and I mean, this is a lot of it is like prototyping footage and stuff like that. But
it's all based. I mean, so Subnautica has always been really committed to early access.
Yeah,
that's why I think they're super comfortable showing this kind of thing. But it looks like the base building is looking a lot more sophisticated than before, which I'm super excited about. I always really liked that part of the game. I think the first one. The narrative stuff was great. It was not necessarily like the actual written narrative, which was totally fine, good, but it had this great process of just going deeper and deeper and deeper underwater, and I think they executed that really, really well. But to pair that with much more advanced base building, I'm excited about that.
I feel like this is sorry, Manu, just quickly. I feel like this is like almost like No Man's Sky, but to the extreme on the base building stuff.
Yeah, with your similar gun thing. Yeah.
And I mean, it was 4 years in early access, and I think I started playing it very early, so I'm not sure I experienced the full narrative story of it, but it's just playful. I don't know. It's this kind of, again, farming, and then you unlock more and more technology, and you go deeper as they said. So it's a good one. And let's remember, started 2014. There are probably not so many like that back then, and I'm curious to see. I think it's gonna be big, and in May,
especially after all this drama.
Yeah, early access in May, if I remember.
I think
they announced the early access on the back of this news.
Yeah, and Subnautica's awesome, man. I really like Subnautica, so I'm really excited.
And it's a multiplayer also, which makes a big difference.
Yeah, though my friend and also this is public assures me that like you'll have just as good a time single player as you did in the originals.
Terrific. That sounds really fun. I mean, the gameplay looks really fun as well. That's something that I would absolutely would love to jump into. Gentlemen, another item. You remember when the metaverse was a thing?
Still is, just not like that.
At least that's what I heard. I heard like, hey, we're all gonna live online, and just hook us up to the.
Yeah, I mean Oh man, what an amazing screenshot.
I'll write you in private here, just in case. But I'll talk to Manu.
Like me.
So Manu, what can we learn about Meta? And this is the Horizon Worlds VR. Mm-hmm. And I believe this is almost like Roblox in VR. I'm not sure if you can play it outside of VR, but what can we? What is the takeaway from this?
VR is never gonna be the next big thing. I think hopefully we can all agree with that. And I remember, Valve also did a big push on VR a few years ago, and now it's still there, but it's not that priority anymore because they've shifted to Steam machines and other stuff. And I think it's impressive how quickly and heavily Meta went into Metaverse, even changing their name. So, you how can I say that? I think you can appreciate the commitment to an idea. It's kind of spending so much money on something a concept you believe is going to be successful. So you can praise that, but if it's not working, it's not working. I think the execution was not great because, I'm not sure they did the right market assessment and analysis, because even if VR had become a more successful device, what they are offering is not on par with what you have from non-VR world and non-VR games and non-VR like social platforms. So there are two issues. VR is not as popular and that's what it would be, and then what they are offering is not on par with the best in class in that type of social.
I think that was always my huge issue with this way that people began talking about the metaverse, is that the metaverse is absolutely real. It's just that there was no reason to ever tie it to VR like that. It's just because of Ready Player One or something, I guess. But those to me are sure, they're related ideas, but they're different ideas. Like Roblox is the metaverse, no problem. Even arguably, Instagram is a room in the metaverse. Like this is like the idea that we live online and in virtual space is not like exciting or new or the future. It's just it is happening now. But the idea that VR was somehow a crucial way of making this happen it was really wrong-headed to me.
Yeah, when you talk about metaverse, everybody think about Ready Player One. That's the how can I say it?
Is this the metaverse or the real verse that we were looking at with Zuckerberg there? That looked
yeah,
like metaverse to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, we've talked so many times about the device itself, the fact that you are disconnected from the real world, that you have this heavy stuff.
Yeah.
The moment you get that in your eye, then we can talk. But I see it more like some sort of maybe augmented reality first.
Mm-hmm. To me, the thing about the headset is that I will gladly pay $400 to play Beat Saber. Beat Saber is awesome. But that to me was the main utility of Quest is as a Beat Saber machine.
That's a bit expensive for one game.
I was gonna say I would love to play Beat Saber and pay $400 if it was just in the living room without the thing on my head, like with the family.
I would pay more than that for that.
We style. We style.
Yeah, but the thing on your head is important for Beat Saber. The full, like, I do think that there is a reason why a lot of these definitive VR experiences are rhythm games. Pistol Whip was another thing like that. I mean, obviously, there's other stuff too. But we like rhythm games do well. People were really excited about like Res VR or Tetris Effect, which are not rhythm games so much, but games where music is at the center, and that's because like immersion doesn't mean strapping cameras to your face. Immersion means all kinds of things. You can be immersed in a book. You can be immersed in, and music is just really, really good at it. And so that was able to really make that work, I think.
I gotta say, I mean, for me, the metaverse, in many ways, that's where I thought Fortnite was going, and obviously they are, and they have been doing so many things and so many brands, and that, you know, Ready Player One is, in my eyes, Fortnite. But I am very surprised to see how Fortnite are. They're not like their numbers are, you know, they're steady or slowly declining, but it's
Not
not
slowly. Not slowly.
not like, okay, correct me, please.
More than slowly. I mean,
There you go.
faster than
Football
slowly.
territory. Interesting. I'm into that. That's good. I think the whole gaming industry is like, you guys got plenty of like you got plenty of money, Epic, and you even have an alternate revenue stream in the form of the Unreal Engine, which is not exactly chump change.
Yeah.
Let's share the love a little bit. Let's play other games now.
No, but I mean, there is a lot of issue right now with Fortnite. So the playtime is down big time. We have that in our report. We've not talked about our report yet. There is some news in there. And then the players are not happy because Epic just announced they will increase the cost of the V-Bucks, so the in-game money, by like up to 20% for the smallest pack. They also increased the price of the battle pass, or decrease the reward of the battle pass. And then Epic said it was to pay their bills. So players have like bitter feelings about that because Fortnite has been doing billions and billions for years, and it feels like
40+ billion, just to be more exact.
Yeah. I feel like where has that money gone? And but at the same time, I think it's always a bit funny to hear people being so vocal, complaining about the fact that whatever you're buying in a free-to-play game, which you don't need to buy to just play the game, it's like it's more expensive than before, you know? Just like it's not even the price of a premium game that is increasing, it's just that the cosmetic in a game that is free that are increasing in price. So I don't know. It's just there is a lot of like they feel like everything is given to them. So some players, I don't remember the English word for that. Entitled?
Spoiled?
Entitled, maybe?
I don't, yeah.
Good work, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of entitlement from the players, particularly in free-to-play game. And it's like,
Well, I mean, to me, I find that so interesting. Like, you're trading around infinitely reproducible virtual things.
mm-hmm.
And I think that it's like what is owed to the gamers, what is owed to the developers, it's all really weird and tough and interesting to piece together,
Yeah. So but also some drama on Fortnite right now, but it's not really in the news, but there is some drama happening. And by the way, there is a new season launching tonight. It was extended by the previous season was extended by I think 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So I'm sure they had to review some of their plans. And let's see what happens. They're bringing the Rock back. The character voiced by the Rock is coming back. Yeah,
right. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say, you're gonna spend some more money. You gotta spend money to make money. Isn't that how it works?
Well, you can. Yeah, you do have to, but you don't always.
Yeah, and there are also so Save the World, which was the PvE version of the game. It was the OG version of the game. It was just a PvE game, so you were surviving against waves of monsters. That game is now going free to play completely mid-April.
It is insane to me that hadn't already happened.
I know. It was a 20.
When I saw that, I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Not to talk about that. Nobody really cares about that.
Yeah. But like it was like that could have been like people would always play. Like it could have been an easy win a long time ago. They just didn't do it.
Maybe it's related to that, that you had to buy it, and then you'd had to compensate all those players who bought that thing. That could be part of it.
I don't know. People have made that transition before. It's possible. It works.
I mean, people forgot about it. Nobody cares about it. There's no point with it. Just like kill it, move on with the next thing. I'm actually very surprised that UE. I mean, I know that they've made a lot of strides, and like the UEFN has from a tooling perspective, obviously nowhere close to Roblox. But I'm very surprised that players haven't been able to, or rather, maybe that they haven't been able to capitalize on it.
I mean, is it true from a tooling perspective that it's not as advanced as Roblox? Because it is also like the Unreal Engine.
Nowhere close to Roblox. Nowhere close.
Yeah, I assume that it would be good because it's the Unreal Engine already.
It's not about that. It's not about the tooling in the UEFN version. That is not up to par to... I mean, obviously, Roblox had to start somewhere. But if you go into Roblox games today, holy shit, man. Like, the things that you can do is just like, it's beyond what is available on Fortnite today.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to talk about the game. I mean, I don't know if we have any things we want to cover, but other than that, I would finish with a game.
So yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So the game is called The Spotter.
Head Spotter?
The heads, man. That's what I've been saying.
What? Head Spotter game? Is that the one?
THE space SPOTTER. I had the same problem with Claude this morning, as I could not understand what I was saying, so I'm starting to be worried.
Can you write this down, please?
THE space
okay
SPOTTER.
Game. Okay. Big or die. Go for it, Manu. What's up with this game?
We all remember a game about digging a hole.
We all remember that was last year or 2 years ago. Yeah.
So now we have a kind of a story-driven, what do you call that? Tower defense game, but where most of the gameplay is about digging for stuff. And you dig for stuff, and you use this to upgrade your base, and then you dig deeper, and it looks amazing. And it's just a demo right now, but this is a day one game for everybody that loves digging.
Yeah,
is it
everybody, by the way?
Yeah,
is it a 4-player co-op as well, or single player?
I'm not sure about that. It should, but you see, and then you unlock the weapon.
We should like stream some Friend Slot sometime. We should find an hour and stream some Friend Slot.
Absolutely.
I was not even aware how much you could do. You could explore outside of your base. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, digging is fun. I see where this is going. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It does seem like it's a single player thing. It's not a...
Yeah. We dig digging, right?
Yeah. But I feel like this is a missed opportunity, that this is not like a co-op thing.
Well,
let them do that one, and then they can add the
for me, like, it would just be a different game, right? Like it's also a missed opportunity that it's not like a bar of gold.
Yeah, but
awesome.
maybe there is something about digging games, There is something. I mean, fundamentally, in the same way I wrote before about climbing games, But there is something about digging. Terraria, all these games where you go down and you find treasure. There is something in there.
Well, and let's bring it back earlier. Subnautica.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's a progression, whether it's vertical up or vertical down,
Mm-hmm.
And that's super interesting. I mean, that's what I think.
This game is coming out today, by the way.
What? Okay. No.
No, did I misread that? Give me a second.
It says 2026.
No, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
I read this thing and I thought it was today.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to this now. Forklift Interactive.
I like it. Who is Puppy Roar Games? I've heard of them.
Wish list.
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go. I mean, we have Dave here who usually buys games live while we're recording.
Exactly. Oh, but I don't buy a game. I don't pre-order. But you can pee in there. Okay. Great.
pre-order, but I can pee in there.
And the way you recharge your stamina is by drinking beer from the fridge, by the way.
Yeah. Sure. And I see that he had a blunt as well a bit earlier.
14-year-olds. Yeah, I don't really care, but whatever you can do to appeal to the kids these days.
You know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing like there's a bit of discovery. There's a bit of like that, what am I going to discover today kind of thing. What's that dwarf game called again?
Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah. I'm getting some of those.
The basketball thing in the base, that had a real Deep Rock Galactic vibe to it.
Yeah.
As does the Pop of Gold one, right? And so in Deep Rock Galactic, you get bonuses based on what drink you share with your friends at the bar.
Really cool. Any other games or things you'd like to talk about?
I was playing Pokopia. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm very interested to see if it can do the thing Nintendo needs it to do, which is to maintain interest in the Switch 2. And I think it's so interesting that like Game Freak made a game that people want to play, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, incredible!"
Yeah.
Did you actually buy a Switch 2, or you had one from before?
I had one from before.
Okay.
I bought it at launch.
Yeah, I would love to hear more from you about what you learned about this game.
Wow, there's a lot. Oh, this is Dragon Quest Builders. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay. There's Zelda in there as well, as they're reviewing the Pokopia game. Gentlemen, we've had a really good show today. Jam-packed. I forgot to do because we were so focused on other things in the beginning. So obviously, if you've reached this point, please do like, subscribe, hit bells, whistles, anything that can help us. And of course, join over 2,000. There are 1,800. Over 2,000, but it's better to say it that way. Subscribers to the Gies newsletter. Go to giesweekly.substack.com. With that being said, gentlemen, it was really fun having you today. Next week we might have a guest. We'll see. Cool. But other than that, have a nice weekend, and I will see you next week.
Bye.